today he has gone to North Sikkim and he has communicated from his side that he is also quite well aware of the whole issue and the department is working what it is required to do. First of all, I will just brief you on my right. Mr. Pradeep Kumar is additional PCCL. He looks after all the territorial issues, technical issues, working plan issues. Our Chief Conservator Forest Headquarters, Mr. Nimawangi Daman, he is also looking after various sectors of the department, including the territorial. And Mr. Karma Dekshe, he is the CL Territorial, Conservator Forest Territorial. Primarily the territorial senior officials are here because the issue we are going to discuss today that pertains to the territorial functioning of the department. And from the DFO Territorial South, who is on the ground, who is taking up all the actions as per the provisions of the Forest Acts. So she is also here in a hurry. She came today. And District Collector South, I was trying to contact him also, and I was told that he was not in town in Namchi. So he is gone maybe outside state. And on my left, we have from the Land Revenue team, the Secretary Land Revenue, she had one important meeting today, and so she is not present here, but Mr. Rushan Paryar, he is the Special Secretary, Land Revenue. Mrs. Rinchen Goma, she is the Joint Secretary, and Ms. Tashi, she is the Revenue Surveyor. So from the Land Revenue side, why Land Revenue? Because as you know that they are the custodian of the land records pertaining to say Khasmal and private land. So in this particular case also, there is substantial patches of Khasmal forest land also. So this is from the department and government side, and I will start with how the whole, what is the genesis of the issue and why we all are here. I mean, you have given your time, and I am very much thankful to the Ipca and all of you, the press and media, audiovisual media, and print media. An RTI was filed with the District Collector South office, and it was being asked, it was asked that what is the total land under the occupation of Ipca laboratories. It's a pharmaceutical company, and it is in South District and close to Barikola and Goom revenue block. So this was the primary question which was raised by the questioner, I mean, under the RTI, Right to Information Act 2005. So since it pertains to land, obviously there is forest land also involved. So it was transferred to the DFO Territorial South, and accordingly she started her processes. First, you have to answer the RTI query, and secondly, to assess what all is there, how much forest land is involved in what condition. So then it was found that जो इप्का लेबोरेटरीज को प्रीमाइसेस में it is एकदम छेव छाव में है तो रंगीत रिवर को रिवर बेड को छेव में हो तो फेरी हमरो मल्ली रेंज को रेंज ऑफिसर साहब ने वहाँ ने टिकट करने बाको कि यो खासमल फॉरेस्ट लैंड में कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री बाउंड्री वॉल को कंस्ट्रक्शन so and simultaneously certain mud was being dumped in the river bed में mud dumping पनि हुँदै थियो एकदम ठीक खोलाको river bed. So ये दुईटा कुरा चाहिँ यो allowable छैन. It is proscribed, it is prohibited under the Forest Act. So त्यसले गर्दा उहाँले गएर सबै काम रोकिहाल्नु हाम्रो रेन्ज अफिसर साहबले, and he reported the whole issue to the DFO territorial sahab. Accordingly, an FIR was lost. A first information report legally was lost by the range officer. That's how the, like the police inspector or policeman, he takes up the cognizance of the case. Similarly, our range officer साहबले cognizance लिएर FIR lodge गर्नु भएको under various sections of the Force Act, and a case was booked under section 24(1)(a) and H, and section 29(1) of Sikkim Forest Water Courses and Road Reservation and Protection Act 1988. So a case was booked. So the department already had taken cognizance of the whole case, and the legal processes had been initiated. Then DFO Territorial South she called the Ipca laboratory authorities and she asked them that what documents you have under your possession to ascertain that this particular land wherein you have under your occupation, it belongs to you. So what are the documents that corroborate your presence there? So she asked for that those documents, and फेरि एउटा joint inspection पनि conduct गर्नु भएको DFO Territorial South को team र Ipca laboratories को officialsहरु सबैले दुईटा पार्टीले मिलेर joint inspection गर्नु भएको त्यही एरियामा. The survey findings which were highlighted in the report, a copy of which was furnished to by the RTI applicant. RTI को जवाबमा जुन हामीले जवाब दिएको थियो तो त्यो चाहिँ फिल्डमा ग्राउन्ड ट्रुथिङ गर्नुको निम्ति एउटा joint survey पनि गर्नु भएको. And there were certain revelations when you go to the field and you see that what is first revelation is that there were certain structures in the forest land and the construction was on, which was stopped by the range officer. And then definitely your range officer मेल्लीले यो केस आफ्नो सबै बनाएर DFO टेरिटोरियलमा पठाउनु भएको. उहाँले चाहिँ सीएफ टेरिटोरियलमा फिर हेड अफिसमा सबै केस आयो. And then she took up the issue with the district collector South because the Khasmal land को मैले अघि भने the custodian of the Khasmal land records is the DC, is the land limit. So then the district collector team, collectorate को revenue surveyor, forest officials, हाम्रो सर्वेंट डिमार्केशन को एक डिवीजन छ वहाँ को टीम DFO सर्वेंट डिमार्केशन को and Ipca laboratory एउटा फेरि एउटा second joint survey. The second joint survey में all the concerned parties were present. This was again what was the mandate of this survey, what was the objective of the survey, कि total area कति छ यो Ipca laboratories को occupation. मैले अघि भने RTI में देश सोध्नु भएको. And office of the district collector was approached by the office of the DFO South with regard to the clarification. Certain clarifications were asked regarding the status of the land and the structures present there. And DC South ले पनि त्यो जुन चिठी हाम्रो DFO साहबले पठाउनु भएको थियो उसको जवाबमा DC South ले पनि जवाब दिनु भएको. उसको बाद में DC South ने एउटा search report for the same was issued by the office of the DC South. उसको reference number date छ 12 April. तो मेरो भनाइ के छ that this is the whole sequence of events, the genesis of the whole issue, how हमरो यो फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट को इन्वॉल्वमेंट कुल पारा ले प्रोसेरी आयो, डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर साउथ को लैंड रेवेन्यू को इन्वॉल्वमेंट प्रोसेरी आयो, and whether due process of law is followed or not, that I want to communicate to you. There is a set procedure under the Forest Acts. कुणेपणी हमरो एनफोर्समेंट हुन्छ इलीगैलिटी हामीले डिटेक्ट गर्दै छौं भने then उसको एउटा प्रोसिजर हो. It is not just like that कि I just see that this is the land and some survey report says this is forest land. My people go and break it down. It is not the procedure. You have to give, there is a thing called natural justice. You have to give sufficient opportunities to the person on the ground also, that whether you have any document or not. That's what the Deputy South has done. That you please tell us what are the documents available with you. So त्यो पाराले हामी एउटा सिस्टमेटिक पाराले पूरा यसको काम गर्दै छौं. यो केस यो पूरा प्रोसेस कम्प्लिट भएको छैन. यो प्रोसेस चल्दै छ. यो प्रोसेसमा whatever the justified time लाग्दैछ त्यो लाग्दैछ. And हामीले कसैले फरेस्ट डिपार्टमेन्टलाई डाइरेक्टली कम्प्लेन गरेको छैन कि यो फरेस्ट ल्यान्डमा यो कन्स्ट्रक्सन भएको अनअथराइज अक्युपेसन भएको छ, एन्क्रोचमेन्ट भएको छ. कसैले हामीलाई अप्रोच गरेको छैन. The genesis is just RTI. Forest department is concerned with the proper procedure. One liner I can say, Forest department will act when any unauthorized occupation or encroachment in the forest land is there. हाम्रो mandate, हाम्रो objective is त्यति नै. Unbiased manner मा उसको पछि बोल्छ, एक्सन लिने नलिने यो केही कुरा हुँदैन. हामी, it is the mandate of the department, it is the mandate of the forest acts, directions of the हाम्रो government and government of India and honorable society. त्यो पाराले हामी काम गर्दै छौं without any bias, without any, and that too in proper time. I mean, various things were told to me. I am not going to comment on that. That it took a lot of time, more than 8 months and all that. All the reports are there with us, and a proper press release will be given to you also for your records and for your reference. So I think one more thing I will just mention. Our nodal officer, Mr. Pradeep Kumar, Forest Conservation Act 1980, he is also present here. Certain part, that is 0.79 hectare of land there, was diverted for non-forestry purposes under Section 2 of the FCA 1980, and proper approval of the Government of India was also taken to the Ipca laboratories. So that also is there, but the contentious issue, as per the survey, it is in the Khasman land, which is other than this. So Forest Conservation Act says that only, that whatever in any type of forest land, any non-forestry activity that may involve digging or cutting of trees, so any non-forestry activity is not allowed until unless express approval of the Government of India under Section 2 is taken. So this also is pertinent here because some part was diverted and it is also part of the total premises of the Ipca laboratories. And there are certain illegalities which have been noticed. I have already mentioned two particular things. There is still some certain part of administrative buildings. They building that also fall within the Khasman. So whatever the legal procedure is there, that will take its own course, and we will come to its logical conclusion. So I think this is good enough, and if Special Secretary Land Revenue, he can add up from the land revenue side or from the collective side. I will rather request him.
Good afternoon, everyone. Actually, the matter that concerns to land department is that we are custodian of the land record of 7980 only. That is, we will have the copy or the custodian copy of the land record of 7980 only. And whatever transactions are there thereafter, it remains in the district office or in the sub-division office only. We are the custodian of 7980. If you have any question on this issue, on the land record of 780, we are there.
So, I have a question, sir. So, you mentioned one FIR. When was it registered and where was it registered, sir?
28-1-20. 28-1-2022.
So, Malli, where? Which station, sir?
Police station.
Forest, it is registered the forest act in the forest office. Range office.
Range officer.
So, as per preliminary investigation, what amount of land has been illegally encroached?
Because these all things, the second survey I have already mentioned with the district collector south teams, forest team and Ipca laboratories, owners of that Ipca laboratories people. Survey bhai sake kuch hai, the records are being consolidated and that final picture will come out then only. Exact extent of encroachment is being ascertained and I think D4 South can tell you better.
Good afternoon. With regard to the area encroached that we have asked upon, here exactly we cannot ascertain how much of area was encroached upon because there are certain lists which have been drawn out between the private holdings as well as the company, and then certain area has also been diverted, and side by side there is encroachment also. So encroachment, there are two types of encroachment that taking place. One which happened during the inception of Ipca, that is when Ipca first established itself, that is way back in 2009. That is a very old encroachment which we testified at our time of survey. And the recent encroachment that is being talked about is the building that is being constructed, which Ipca claims is on the private holding. So there are certain anomalies with regard to the actual status of the land. So the custodian of the Khasmal and Orchard being recorded as plot numbers and being maintained at the office of the district collector, it is very difficult for us to ascertain exactly how much of area. We have just, like any agency or any, like a sister department belonging to the city government of Sikkim, we have just ascertained this much of area we assume has been encroached upon, for which we are requesting land to encroach upon. So when and even the approval for the show cause, then accordingly the final inspection will happen, and then how much of area was encroached upon will be actually confirmed, and then we can put the case.
I will just corroborate what the has said. See, the process is all these technical people, the survey demarcation people, surveyors, they are trained, they are to be trained and technical people. So they will visit, and all the three concerned parties, stakeholders, primary stakeholders are also present there. Their representatives are there. So they go to the field and see the factual position that what is under occupation of this Ipca. Total area under their occupation. Now once that total area comes out, then you sit on the table and you find out that this area falls under what category, whether it is Khasmal, whether it is private holding, whether it is 0.79 which has been diverted to the under FCA 1980 So त्यो कुरा चाहिँ त्यो सेकेन्ड फेजमा हुन्छ सबभन्दा पहिला त उता गएर यो फिल्डमा what we call मौके पर क्या what is there on the site साइटमा टोटल उनीहरूको पोजिसनमा कति एरिया छ. So this whole process will take time, as she has already mentioned. It will take time. It will take time to consolidate all the records. Once the picture is very clear that this much land this much area is under their occupation and under these different categories, then only the subsequent action will come up. If it falls within forest land, definitely they will have to vacate as per giving them notices. Show cause already, she must have mentioned show cause has been issued.
So, ma'am, के भन्नुभयो नि 2009 देखि नै स्टार्ट भएको रहेछ encroachment भनेर. So, departmentलाई अहिलेसम्म कसरी याद भएन? Why was the department waiting for somebody to file an RTI and then try to investigate?
No, see, this is we think to wait for RTI to take our action. It's not like that. You see, you please appreciate that and appreciate the hard work the field staff is doing. I'm fighting my own back, it's not like that. They went, the work was going on, the range officer went there and he stopped the work.
No, that was recently.
That was recently.
But why does it take
Why not?
So why was the department not aware of that encroachment?
And they did the mud dumping, again that was stopped. So, see, I tell you, see, the issue is that of, जिसको हम लोग special secretary साहब ने करने वाला कुछ है, that there are certain issues. I mean, the Forest Act says, Section 22, subsection 2, that for the Khasmal forest land, Khasmal type of forest land, the while passage there are 3 types of forest land, primarily reserve forest, Khasmal and roads. And then river reserve, these are separate ones. So, Khasmal forest land, the forest department, we bank upon 1952 plan. And just to land revenue special secretary साहब ने आपको cadastral survey को एक तरीका उनसे they say that कि 79 land records they are banking upon that. So those dichotomy, these type of dichotomies, this issue has cropped up, so I have to respond to this. So the government is very much aware of it, and at the highest level these issues have been taken up, and these will be resolved as per the process.
Why was it not taken back then, sir?
Yeah.
So why now?
These have been taken. These have been taken up a number of times. These issues have been. In fact, I can show you. I mean, these are the minutes of the meeting. It was taken up by the Honorable Chief Minister, sir. These are the minutes of the meeting.
So these are all the recent developments that has taken place, and the action that we have, the department has initiated is also recent.
In 2009, the encroachment that actually happened along the river bed when they constructed a protective wall.
Okay.
So it was only in 2021 when the incident of the flash flood happened and the entire Ipca got washed away, the utility building and everything. So they constructed on the same area where the original wall was being built. So when we went to apprehend these people as to why you are constructing this wall there, they ascertained that it was the original wall. So when we went ahead with the measurement, then we found the encroachment. That is what I meant when I said it happened at the inception, because they thought that was their demarcation. So accidentally what happened was they demarcated along the river bed. Actually that diversion had to be a little bit beyond. But what happened was their old wall, which was built in 2009, that happened to be built on the wrong place. So when it got washed away, they built it on the same area. So when you went up here, that's exactly. So that is what I meant when I said that 2009.
See, the issue is, they started working in the Khasmal forest land, they started constructing the wall. And also they started mud dumping in the river bed, that was also very recent. When it started, of course not the same day, but within very justifiable time, action was done. It was stopped by the range officer and FIR is lodged, the case has been registered, the whole process is on. And there are 2 surveys, joint surveys already have been conducted. So this is the process. I mean, there may be, you may think that there may be a delay of 2-3 days or maybe a week or whatever. As and when it comes to our notice, we have taken action and we will take action. That is for sure. Once the final picture comes and which land belongs to whom, if it is in the forest land, eviction has to be effected.
The applicant who is currently sitting in a dharna has a copy of a joint inspection report with him, which he says was furnished unofficially by somebody in the department. So त्यसमा अलिकति उनीहरूको छ कि it's already been identified how much area has been encroached upon.
See, number one, unofficial report I will not comment.
So is
See, what that report is there, how can I comment on that? I mean, a thing which is official, which is signed by the concerned officials and issued by the concerned authority, that has, I mean, validity and legal validity. I don't say that if something is brought to our notice that this encroachment is going on, then we will definitely try to, because these are collateral evidences that this illegality may be there. So we definitely look into that. But what an official report is there and what it has not come to me. What are the details of the report? How can I comment on that?
They claim to have a
Essentially, what
copy
you are
of
saying.
the report. They claim to have a copy of the report that was for the second survey that was.
How did they obtain it?
No, as per, they have filed one RTI, as per that 2.5 acre of land has been encroached.
it was also like demarcated the what land was under
That
the plot
specifically
number.
that what said.
It had a signature.
See, I told you also, earlier also. See, I told you, this Kasmal, Garucharan, the cadastral records, we are not the custodian. If we have to take it, she has to take it, she has to approve the district collector. So, I mean, those cadastral records, and these are what is there in it. These are the public property. I mean, if it is in the public domain, the cadastral records are there, what is the problem in that? I don't see any problem there.
So what Commerce and Industry Department's status?
Pardon?
Commerce and Industry Department is also one major stakeholder, concerned department. So what their stand is, sir? Because it's a pharmaceutical company.
Now it is for them to respond to that. Only thing is land को विषय में Commerce and Industries को stake. Then near को तो MSME के उनका कुन रोजगार लगाउने यदि मांझी लगागो चा उन्हें को proper labor department को proper ना labor को through all the permissions have been taken or not. These are the important issues which but what more they want to do in this particular case, I think the Secretary of Commerce.
Sir, a question, sir. By when we can expect the final survey to be conducted and the reports to be, published or made it public, sir?
You will see it. I mean, we are on track. A lot of actions already have been taken, and she is there very much before you. So he and the district collectors are. So they have to take action, and they are. The highest authority in the space, my own minister, Honorable Chief Minister, sir. Everybody is very much aware of this issue, and as per the provisions of law, I told you, I am reiterating, action will be there. You will see.
सर मैम तपाईँलाई एउटा क्वेसन है जो एप्लिकेन्ट हुनुहुन्थ्यो त्यो धर्ममा हुनुहुन्छ उहाँले एउटा कुरा के भन्नुभयो भने फर्स्टको सर्वे भयो देन कतिवटा कन्स्ट्रक्सन इलिगल रहेछ भनेर स्टप गरेको थियो बट देन द्याट हेज अगेन स्टार्टेड ब्याक भन्नुहुँदैछ कि त्यसमा चाहिँ वाट यु हेभ टु से डिपार्टमेन्टको के छ उनले भन्नुहुँदैछ हि इज क्लेमिङ द्याट द कन्स्ट्रक्सन द्याट हेड इनिसियली बिन स्टप्ड जस्तै त्यो वालको भयो बिकज इट्स इन खासमल एरिया के भनेर जुन चाहिँ एन्क्रोच ल्यान्डको कन्स्ट्रक्सनहरू स्टप गरेको थियो स्टे लागेको थियो त्यो फेरि अहिले दे रिज्युम द कन्स्ट्रक्सन भन्दैछ सो वाट इज द डिपार्टमेन्ट्स
Actually, I want to say to start with the genesis of actually how this evolved. The complaint was made by this particular applicant under the office of the range officer that illegal dumping is happening. So when we went to the spot, we found the wall that was constructed. He did not talk about any wall that was constructed. He said matter of this is not illegal matter, dump or this. So when we went inside, we found a wall was being constructed. So when we apprehended Ipca and we asked them, they said that we are under wall actually this is what happened to Ipca way back in 2021. So it's this is what happened to Ipca. So now construction, now building, something collapse the Disaster Management Act 2005 lagu bhayo. I'm sure you must be still aware that the COVID-19 was going in play during that time. So this incident happened on 6th of August 2022, wherein the incident was reported to the office of the station house master, Mr. Josam. And how much of damage was done, everything was already ascertained, it was already estimated, and it was already submitted. Ipca waited for the approval, but what happened was, against nature, it is very difficult. So when things became unpredictable, they took things at their own hand, and they constructed the wall under their own cost along the river course. But what happened is that when the river rugged, it changed its course, it came with a very high, current, and then the flood level went above the danger level. What happened was they went ahead with the construction. The complaint was for the illegal dumping. But when we went to the spot, we found that the wall was being constructed. So when we went and when we asked them, why did you construct this wall, they said it was being built on the old wall itself, which was washed away by the Rangit river. Okay. So the other thing what happened was, what he's saying is that there were new constructions which are coming up. And when we asked people with regard to the new construction, that was the place where the anomaly struck. That means there was a dispute. Okay? They were saying it was forest land, but Ipca claimed it was private land, for which I asked documentary proof, for which I summoned. And Ipca came forward with their lease deeds. And these lease deeds were registered at the office of the sub-registrar. There is a district collector. So these were valid documents which I had to take into consideration. And then I asked clarity from the office of the district collector. And then I got a search report. I got a search report where there were 5 buyers and 4 sellers and 1. Ultimately, it was one particular gentleman who bought that plot. And then that was leased out for 99 years to Ipca. So it is on that plot that they say they are constructing. But of course, a further inquiry has to go in, because here we are also just one of the stakeholders. We are just claiming that this particular area is Khasmag. But like Sir said, the land custodian is land revenue. Land revenue will confirm to us exactly how much of private holding on which that building is being constructed. But when I meant by administrative building, I mean that building which has been built on the Khasmag, which was ascertained by us, and even land revenue has also said that it is on Khasmag. But we cannot book a case on patches of forest land. We need something in totality. I can't just book Ipca for 1 hectare today. I can't book Ipca for 0.4 hectare tomorrow, or for 1.5, acres today. It's not going to work like that. I have to be very strong when I submit my report. Because I am representing a department, I am representing a division, I am putting forth my case report, which today, tomorrow is going to be used as an exhibit, is going to be used as a document in the face of law. I cannot play around when I submit my reports, when I submit my documents, when they are exhibits. I cannot play around. I have to be very certain when I write it. But when he meant that 2.5 acres, that was the survey that we did. It is like when you go with your person and you claim that this much of land I have, land revenue will confirm to you that यहाँ गली छ कि village road पर छ कि slip पर छ कि कसको boundary कति छ कसले मिचेको छ. Who will justify that? That land revenue will do. Because I do not have purchase to all the customers, all the vouchers in this district. These are documents of land which is recorded in the name of the government, Sikkim Sarkar, customer of Sikkim Sarkar, voucher. So when I have to clear about my stand with regard to area, I cannot put an approximation. I have to go to the last decimal. I cannot just say that it's going to be 2.53, approximate 2.5. I cannot say that. And how the document was, bought by him unofficially, we cannot really comment on that. But what we have said is yes, but those are things wherein we have to keep our stand, we have to be very clear. So if you are saying that I have written 2.5, this was what we are saying. And that clarification is what I sought from the district collector. And district collector then gave me a search report saying that this much of land is recorded in the name of this person. This much of land is recorded. Then only we can go ahead now with the final survey saying exactly how much of personal land has been encroached upon. So that is exactly the case.
See, one more thing, point I will definitely mention here, that the forest land, once it is there is a notification of 2007. So, and we have different, reserve forest, as I mentioned earlier, Asmal and Gorucharan. So, in the record of rights or in the survey of India negotiates, the forest land, the status forest, once it is forest, recently Honorable Supreme Court judgment is there. Once a forest is always a forest. So, to remove the status from forest to non-forest, Government of India approval and it goes to the CC Honorable Supreme Court. Without that, it cannot be done. So rest assured, this is the platform. I would rather assure the public in general per se that forest land status is, we are, till it is forest land, we are tooth and nail, we will protect it. So its status just cannot be changed, just like that. That it is forest once and then after certain survey and something, this authority is not there with the state government also. This authority, there are a big number of Honorable Supreme Court judgments, directions from the Government of India, and it is in the concurrent list, you know that also. So forest is sacrosanct. That's what I want to communicate here. So that is also a reassuring thing that it is forest, then we will definitely protect it.
So, just for my information, how many such cases in the forest department are there, sir?
Such cases means encroachment cases.
Yes, encroachment cases.
See, there is a large list, and I don't have the ready reckoner here, but I can tell you, like in Drain Road and other parts of the state, we have compiled, and we have taken actions. I can tell you that in more than 50 cases we have removed encroachments, we have broken the structures, civil structures, permanent structures also. Recently on a case of this Jain Road again, 13 encroachments in the RF Reserve Forest. That case is on, the notice is already have been given, and the process is on. So they will have to be, remove all their effects. So there are umpteen number of cases. Right now, exactly I cannot, because this, today the issue was something different. But yes, your point is taken. But I can tell you that many cases we have already taken action, wherein the structures have been removed. Many cases we have penalized, and one major example I can give you, that of the Khani Reserve Forest. It was given to the railway authorities. So there were initially 19 families staying in the RF. 19 families. Today there is none. Today there is none. All 19 have been. Where they are not in the forest now. And it's a big achievement. It's really commendable. Sometimes I request the press that you please appreciate the hard work done by the department also. So there are many cases, and the process is on. As and when it comes to our, see, there are issues as she has mentioned, I also mentioned, special secretaries have mentioned. There are certain issues regarding the status of the land. So, and it is, we are not sleeping, the government is not sleeping on this. We are all privy to this very fundamental issue, because ultimately, if I am standing here, there can't be two statuses. I am standing here, either it is forest land or not forest land. So these issues are being tackled at the right forum, and if need be, we will take it up with the Government of India also. So my point is, the forest land encroachment, the department is taking the necessary